Lazy Portado. Portado was a young, bright, handsome, and sweet boy from Goa. We were in BVB College of Engineering at Hubli. He had been my classmate and lab partner throughout our course, so I knew him fairly well. Portado had peculiar habits. Though he was intelligent, he was extremely lazy. Our theory classes were from 8 in the morning till noon, and lab was from 2 to 5 in the afternoon. Portado never came for the first class at 8. Occasionally, he turned up for the second or third hour, but most of the time he only showed up for the last hour. He never missed our lab sessions, however. In those days, attendance was not compulsory in college, and our teachers were very lenient. They requested Portado to come on time, but since there was no internal assessment, they couldn't really exercise their authority. One day I asked Portado, "Why are you always late? What do you do at home?" He laughed and said, "I have a lot of things to do. I am so busy in the evening that I can't get up before 9 in the morning." "What things keep you so busy?" I asked him innocently. "I meet my friends at night. We have long chats followed by dinner. You know, it takes a lot of time to build friendships. You will not understand. You people are all nerds. You only come to college to study." "Portado, you are a student. You should study, get knowledge, learn skills, and work hard. Is that not important?" "Oh, please, you remind me of my mother. Don't give me a sermon. Life is long. We have plenty of time. We should not learn anything in a hurry. We shouldn't be so stringy about time either." Then I noticed that he did not even have a watch, since, for obvious reasons, he had no need for it. Portado continued, "In life, you need connections and networking. That can give you success. You can't network in a day. You have to spend time and money on building a network. Who knows, some people that I meet now may make it big tomorrow, and then that connection will work for me." I was a young girl from a middle class and academic minded family. I believed only in hard work. I never understood how networking could help. During our college breaks, Portado would proudly tell us about his childhood. "Oh, when I was young, I spent my time in big cities like Bombay, Delhi, and Calcutta. In Calcutta, there are so many clubs. It is a matter of prestige to be a member of a club. When I start working, I want to be a member of all the good clubs in the city." Every now and then, Portado felt that Hubli was a small and boring town. So, he regularly went to Belgaum to make his friends and network with them. During exams, Portado worked like a donkey. He glass traced most of my original drawings so that he did not have to think about the solutions to engineering problems himself. His glass traced drawings were definitely better than the originals because they were neater and there were no wrinkles or pencil marks. He always got more than me in drawings. He even kept the question paper of previous years and made his own question papers by process of elimination. Instead of reading textbooks, he read guides to pass the exams. With all this, he always managed to pass in second class. Once, the examiner caught him because in a survey drawing, he told the examiner that the mark on his drawing was actually a big tree in the middle of the road. It was a survey of a town near Dharwad. Unfortunately, the examiner had to be from that town and he knew that there was no tree on that road. He questioned Portado, who said with a serious face, "Sir, I have done the survey myself. I sat below the tree, had my lunch, and then I continued." Calmly, the examiner said, "I can't see this tree in any of your classmates' original drawings. This is only a mosquito between the glass and the drawing that you have tried to cover up." Portado just managed to pass the exam that year. But he was not perturbed. He said, "I'm not scared of the exams or the marks. Today's nerds will be tomorrow's mid level managers. A person with good networking will be their boss. Because of his attitude and undisciplined habits, even the college hostel refused to keep him. So, he rented a small house near college and lived there like a king. Once our class planned a picnic trip to Belgium. Since Portado was familiar with the city, we decided to take his opinion and help. The picnic committee members, including myself, went to his house around 11 on a Sunday morning. We all assumed that Portado would be awake, but to our surprise, he was still in bed. When he opened the door, he said sleepily, "Oh, why have you come so early on a Sunday?" He was quite annoyed to see us. "Well, I'm awake now, so please come in." He went in, but there was absolutely no place to sit. His clothes were all over the room and newspapers were scattered on the floor. In the kitchen, dirty dishes were piled up in the sink and they were stinking. There were fish bones everywhere. There was also a cat and a dog inside the house. They were well fed with Portado's leftovers. The windows were not open either. The bedsheet looked like it had not been changed for a year. I did not have the courage to go see his bathroom. Portado felt neither perturbed nor guilty. He said, "Make some space for yourselves and sit down." Some people moved Portado's undergarments and made some space. But I could not do that. I was a girl. So I simply stood. Portado brought a stool for me from his kitchen. It was very sticky. I was even more hesitant to sit on it than on his clothes. I told him, "It is better that I stand." Portado offered us tea, but none of us had the guts to drink any. When I asked him about planning the details of the picnic, he said, "We can start at 12 in the afternoon. My friend owns a lodge, so I can take you there. The next day, we can go to Amboli Falls. Then, we can also go to Goa." Portado made a 10-day program, but most of us could not afford a 10-day accommodation in a hotel, nor could we skip class for so many days. So, the plan fizzled out. We thanked him and left. When I turned back and looked, Portado had closed the door and probably gone back to bed. Soon the final year came around. We all passed the examinations and parted ways. Some of us felt sad because we had become a big family in the last 4 years together. We did not know our destinations and knew that we may not meet again. Of course, as Portado said goodbye, he told us, "If you are ever in Goa, please come to my house." But I seriously doubted that I would ever run into him again. Many decades passed. Once I went to Dubai to give a lecture. After the lecture, people came up to talk to me, but there was one person who waited until everybody had left. Then he walked over to where I was sitting and smiled. I recognized the smile, but I did not remember where I had seen him. The man was bald, fat, and a big paunch and was dressed very ordinarily. I thought that he might be a mid-level manager in a construction company. I meet many people in my field, and it is difficult to remember everybody. I asked him, "What can I do for you, sir? Are you waiting for me?" With a cracked voice, he said, "Yes, I have been waiting for you for a long time." "Oh, I'm sorry. I did not know you were waiting. Do you have any work with me?" I said. "Yes, I just wanted to tell you that you were right and I was wrong." I was puzzled. What did he mean? I had never ever met him before. I hardly came to Dubai since we did not even have an office there. "I didn't get your name, sir. May I know your name, please?" I asked. His laugh was bittersweet. He said, "I am Portado, your classmate." I was very happy to see him and shook his hand. "Oh, Portado, I am seeing you after 35 years. It has been so long that I didn't recognize you. Physically, both of us have changed so much. It is nice to meet you. Stay back. If you are here, come for dinner tonight. I want to catch up, I said. Sadly, Portado said, Sorry, I don't have much time. I am in the night shift. But I can have a cup of tea with you. We went to a hotel restaurant and I ordered a cup of tea for him and juice for myself. I wanted to talk more. I started the conversation with great enthusiasm and could not hold my question back. Portado, where are you working now? How long have you been in Dubai? Are you married? How many children do you have? By the way, how are your networking friends? Do you ever come to India? Portado stopped me. I know your work involves computers, but mine does not. You are too fast for me, just like a computer, but I am in construction. So, bear with me since I am slow. I have been in Dubai for the last 5 years. Before that, I was in India in several small places in different companies. Of course, I'm married. I have 2 daughters. I interrupted him. You could have bought them today. I would have liked to meet them. Sorry, I can't bring them because they are not here. I am in a lower level of management, so I cannot afford to bring my family here. My 2 daughters are studying in India and are doing engineering. I can't even afford their education in this place. I did not know what to say. I had never imagined Portado would end up like this. Now it was his turn to talk. Do you remember? When I was in college, I used to make fun of all of you. I spent all my time in networking. After I finished engineering, I didn't get a good job. The reason was very obvious. I did not have the knowledge or the ability to work hard. I looked down upon the 2 qualities that are the stepping stones to success. I knew that I wanted to go up and reach the top spot in a company, but no one can just fly there. I knew what position I should be in, but I did not know the route. I thought that a change of job would help, but instead it reduced my value in the market. None of my networking friends helped me. They dropped me like a hot potato. They thought that I was clinging onto them like a parasite. Some of them were like me and also looking for jobs. I always thought that I would come up with someone's help. I never thought that I should take my own help. Now I'm old. I'm trying to learn new things and make up for the lost time. But it is not easy. The market has become extremely competitive. Youngsters in the college have more knowledge and quickness. They also have time on their side. I have told my daughters, you should study, get knowledge, learn skills, and work hard. Portado continued, Do you remember who said this to me? It was you. He looked at his watch and said, My time is up. I must leave. I wished him all the best. He walked a few steps, then came back and said, That day I called you a nerd. Today I call you smart. And he left.